Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This profound statement encapsulates our mission in today's video: to not only discuss but embody the virtues that define our worth in the eyes of those we cherish. In a world where actions speak volumes louder than words, we delve into the silent yet powerful ways to manifest your true worth in relationships, inspired by Stoic wisdom. From understanding your true value to the art of nonverbal communication, each lesson is a step towards cultivating relationships that are grounded in respect, authenticity, and genuine love. But as we navigate these teachings, I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences. How have you demonstrated your worth in silent, meaningful ways? Comment below to join the conversation. Prepare to transform how you perceive and project your value in all your relationships. Let's shed light on these ancient teachings and apply them to our modern lives, proving that the principles of Stoicism are not just philosophical ideals but practical tools for personal growth and happiness. Now, let's dive into the first lesson. Be ready to walk away. Lesson 1. Be ready to walk away. In the heart of Stoicism lies a profound lesson on the art of letting go, not with indifference, but with a deep understanding of the distinction between what we can change and what lies beyond our control. One of the most powerful choices we can make in life, particularly in the sphere of relationships, is the decision to stay or walk away from circumstances that do not serve our well-being. Many of us have been there in moments where we recognize that we are worthy of more, yet we linger, possibly out of fear of loneliness, fear of change, or the hope that things will get better. Stoicism, however, empowers us with the realization that true strength stems from recognizing our ability to stay or leave situations that contradict our principles and opting for a path that is more aligned with our values. This doesn't mean we should abandon ship at the first sign of trouble. Relationships demand effort, understanding, and time. What is vital, though, is knowing your worth and principles so intimately that when you encounter something that fundamentally opposes them, you are ready to forge ahead on a new path. It's about harnessing that inner resilience, that stoic bravery to declare, "I respect myself too much to settle for anything less than what I deserve." Let's delve deeper. Being ready to leave a situation is an act of self-respect. It's about adhering to your beliefs and recognizing your value. Often it doesn't require a grand exit, but a quiet, peaceful acknowledgement that this isn't the right path for you. Yes, the prospect can be daunting. The unknown future may seem formidable, but consider the wisdom of our Stoic predecessors who taught us to face life's challenges with courage and to embrace the uncertainty of life. Sometimes the most courageous act is to release what no longer aligns with our journey. This understanding can revolutionize your perspective when you're in a relationship and recognize that you're there because it mirrors your values, not because you're afraid to leave. It alters the entire dynamics. You're not clinging out of desperation or fear, you're choosing to stay because it genuinely resonates with your choice. And herein lies a pivotal insight. When you courageously step away from what no longer serves you, you open the door to what does. It's akin to clearing out the old to make room for the new. It's about trusting that better experiences await you and allowing yourself the chance to explore them. Remember, being ready to move on is not about detachment or indifference. It's about valuing and caring for ourselves enough to assert, "I deserve better." It's about living stoicism in the face of adversity, knowing that our worth is not tied to anyone or anything else. Now ponder this. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." How does this quote resonate with you in the context of valuing your worth and making decisions about your relationships? This reflection is not just about intellectual understanding. It's an invitation to embody the principles of Stoicism in our daily lives, making choices that reflect our true worth and principles. It's about creating a life that is not only reflective of our values but also one where we are actively choosing the paths that lead us toward greater fulfillment and well-being. How will you apply this wisdom in your own life to show your loved one, and more importantly, yourself, your true worth? Lesson 2. Setting boundaries silently. Stoic philosophy lies the profound understanding that our actions speak volumes beyond the capacity of words alone. This timeless wisdom holds especially true in the delicate dance of establishing boundaries within our relationships. Stoicism teaches us that the essence of our character is not revealed through the declarations of our lips, but through the steadfastness of our deeds. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher of ancient times, once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." This counsel resonates deeply when we navigate the waters of personal boundaries. Imagine the ease with which one might proclaim, "I shall not tolerate disrespect," yet the authentic test of resilience unfolds in the face of disrespect itself. Will you stand firm, or will you falter? The crux of strength lies not in the proclamation but in the action. Acknowledging this truth is far from straightforward. Emotions often cloud our judgment, making it difficult to act with clarity. Nonetheless, Stoic wisdom empowers us with the realization that we possess the ultimate control over our responses. When a boundary is overstepped, it is your reaction that cements its existence far beyond the weight of words alone. Consider a scenario where integrity is your bedrock and you are confronted with deceit. Your response in that pivotal moment broadcasts the depth of your commitment to your principles. Whether it is through a measured discussion addressing the issue or a thoughtful retreat, your actions herald your dedication to your core values. This stance is not about provocation, but about honoring self-respect through reactions that resonate with our beliefs. Such integrity in action cultivates a profound impact within our interpersonal connections. Observers begin to recognize the clarity of our boundaries and the seriousness with which we uphold them, fostering a mutual understanding rooted in respect. However, the essence of setting boundaries transcends grand gestures and is equally manifest in the nuances of daily interactions. How do you respond to sudden changes in plans or when you feel undervalued? Is your inclination to dismiss these moments, or do you, with poised composure, articulate through both words and deeds that you expect better? These instances call for a stoic mindfulness, an acute awareness of the present and our reactions within it. It begs the question, do your actions reflect your proclaimed boundaries? Are you true to your essence? The minutiae of everyday life often serve as the battlegrounds where our boundaries are most rigorously tested. As we journey through our days engaging with the world around us, let us strive to infuse our boundary setting with a dose of stoic resilience. It's not a question of rigidity or inflexibility, but rather cultivating an internal compass that guides our actions and reactions. This philosophy does not go unnoticed. Others start to perceive us not just as individuals who establish boundaries, but as those who possess the self-worth to maintain them diligently. This approach to life, inspired by Stoic principles, invites us to reflect on our actions and their alignment with our values. It encourages us to live authentically, respecting ourselves and commanding respect from others through the silent power of our deeds. In doing so, we navigate the complexities of relationships with a serene strength, embodying the true worth of our character in the silence of action over the noise of words. Lesson 3. Understanding your true worth. In today's world, where the buzz and whirl of social media often dictate our self-esteem, Stoicism offers a refreshing dive into the essence of true self-worth. This timeless philosophy teaches us to concentrate on aspects of our lives that are under our control, emphasizing that the perception of our own value lies solely within our power. Imagine yourself as a rare gemstone. While not everyone may recognize your brilliance, it does not detract from your inherent worth. You remain priceless, unique, and irreplaceably valuable. It's a profound reminder that your worth isn't diminished simply because it goes unrecognized by some. Reflect on the instances of rejection we've all faced, the moments we've felt lesser than, especially in an era where everyone else seems to be flourishing. Here's where the Stoic wisdom shines through. It tells us that our worth isn't tethered to the fleeting validations of others. It's rooted deeply in our actions, our virtues, and how we align our lives with our deepest values. Are you kind? Are you honest? Do you live by your principles? This, according to Stoicism, is where your true value lies. The Stoics urge us to engage in self-reflection, to delve beyond the surface and explore what truly sets us apart. It's in recognizing these unique qualities that we find our strength. In the context of relationships, this means drawing power from our self-worth, independent of recognition from others. Remember, realizing your value isn't a one-time revelation. It's a journey of continual growth and self-discovery. It involves waking up each day and reaffirming to yourself that you possess inherent value, not because of what anyone says, but because of who you are at your core. So, how do we navigate this journey of self-appreciation and ensure that our relationships reflect our true worth? Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This suggests that the recognition of our value starts within our own minds. By fostering positive, affirming thoughts about ourselves, we set the stage for healthier, more fulfilling relationships. But let me ask you, how often do you pause to truly appreciate the qualities that make you unique? Do you acknowledge your worth regardless of external validation? Engaging with these questions is the first step toward understanding and embracing your value. A value that does not waver with the opinions of others but stands firm in the knowledge of your virtues and strengths. This exploration of self-worth, inspired by Stoic philosophy, isn't merely about introspection. It's about action. It's about living in a way that reflects your values, treating others with kindness and honesty, and finding fulfillment in your own principles. Your true worth shines through in how you navigate life's challenges, how you treat those around you, and most importantly, how you view yourself. As we journey through life, let's carry with us the wisdom of Stoicism, to know that our value is an unshakable truth inherent in our being. Let this understanding guide our actions and relationships, illuminating the path to genuine self-appreciation and worth. Thank you for joining us in today's video. Before we move on to the next segment, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to you. It's a pleasure to have you as a member of our community. Please feel free to share your story or personal impressions. Alternatively, if you're unsure of what to say, simply leave a comment saying, "I am a newbie" if you've just joined us, or "I am Stoic" if you've been with us for a while. Your engagement not only signifies your presence, but also serves as a significant motivation for us. All right, let's continue this journey together, shall we? Lesson 4. Saying no with confidence. In the complex pattern of relationships and self-discovery, there lies a profound yet often overlooked virtue, the strength to say no with confidence. This singular act, seemingly simple in its execution, is a testament to the Stoic principles of integrity, self-respect, and the unwavering courage to stand by one's convictions, even in the face of potential loss or conflict. It is here, in this crucible of decision-making, that one's true worth is both tested and revealed. The art of saying no in relationships is a silent between knowing oneself and expressing that knowledge through actions that align with one's core values. A scenario in which you're faced with a request or proposition from a loved one that doesn't sit right with you. It may challenge your principles, hasten you into discomfort, or ask of you more than you're willing to give. The easier path might seem to acquiesce, to smooth over the discomfort with a yes. However, it is in these moments that the Stoic teaching shines brightest, illuminating the path of resistance not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to affirm one's self-worth and respect. Seneca, a revered Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This poignant insight echoes through the ages, reminding us that the fear of rejection or upheaval, which often accompanies the act of saying no, is frequently a phantom of our own making. The reality, however stark it may initially appear, offers a gateway to deeper self-understanding and ultimately to relationships rooted in genuine respect and mutual alignment of values. Saying no is an act of bravery, a declaration that one's values are not up for negotiation. It's a clear statement that you place immense value on your beliefs, your comfort, and your boundaries. Indeed, it is no easy feat. The inner turmoil, the worry of driving a loved one away, can be tormenting. Yet, embracing this challenge is at the heart of Stoicism. It's about confronting inner turmoil head-on, recognizing that self-respect is non-negotiable, and understanding that any relationship requiring you to compromise your values is perhaps not one worthy of your essence. The inherent risk in saying no, the possibility of loss, of solitude, is daunting. Yet it is a necessary crucible, one that tests the strength of our relationships and the integrity of our character. If standing firm in your values and refusing to compromise pushes someone away, it may very well reveal that the relationship was misaligned with your true self from the start. Embracing this Stoic practice transforms relationship dynamics profoundly. It signals to others that you are not one to forsake your principles for the sake of appeasement. This realization can alter how you are perceived, elevating the level of respect and admiration in the eyes of your loved ones. It's a powerful affirmation of your self-worth and an irresistibly attractive trait. Moreover, saying no is a deep exercise in honesty, not just with others but with oneself. It's about acknowledging your true desires and needs within a relationship and steadfastly adhering to them. It is a bold refusal to let the fear of being alone coerce you into decisions that stray from your authentic self. As we navigate the complexities of relationships and self-discovery, let us hold fast to the Stoic principle that saying no is not only permissible, but imperative. It's a declaration of living authentically, of valuing integrity over compromise, and of fostering relationships built on genuine respect and understanding rather than on fear and submission. In this act of silent defiance, we find not only our true worth but also the path to relationships that enrich and honor our deepest selves. Lesson 5. Never chase, always value. In the relationships where emotions run as deep as the oceans, we often find ourselves at a crossroads, guided by the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, which teaches us the paramount importance of understanding and embracing what is within our control, while gracefully letting go of what lies beyond our reach. This philosophy holds a lesson of profound relevance today, especially when it comes to the delicate dance of relationships. It's about recognizing the power and dignity that lie in valuing ourselves, understanding our worth, and never feeling the need to chase after love or acceptance. Consider this scenario, one that might feel all too familiar. You're in a relationship that seems to be filled with promise and warmth, but suddenly, the dynamics shift. The person you've been sharing your world with starts to drift away, creating a chasm that sends a chill through your heart. Our instinctual reaction, born from a place of fear and longing, is to chase, to narrow that gap, to reclaim the closeness that seems to be slipping through our fingers like grains of sand. Yet this is where the teachings of Stoicism illuminate a different path, one that champions self-respect and inner peace over the futile pursuit of the uncontrollable. Why pursue what flutters away with the wind? Stoicism quietly asks us. The pursuit of someone moving away from us, metaphorically trying to catch the wind in our grasp, is not only an exercise in futility, but also a journey away from self-respect and acknowledgement of our own worth. Chasing after someone is like trying to capture water with your hands. No matter how tight you clench, it inevitably slips through, leaving you empty-handed and empty-hearted. But imagine for a moment the strength it takes to stand still, to plant your feet firmly on the ground of your self-worth, and let the world move around you. It's a strength that speaks volumes, saying, "I am enough, I value myself, and I do not need to run after validation." This realization is the essence of inner peace and dignity. It's not about cold indifference, but about a profound understanding that we cannot, and should not, attempt to control the feelings and actions of others, only how we respond to them. This brings us to a story of Jim, a Stoic who lived in modern times, who found himself entangled in the web of unrequited love. Jim chose not to chase after the affection that was pulling away from him. Instead, he focused on nurturing his self-worth and passions. Over time, Jim discovered that this path did not lead to loneliness, but rather to a life filled with self-discovery, peace, and eventually, the attraction of someone who recognized and celebrated his inherent value. It's a tale as old as time, yet forever relevant, teaching us the transformative power of self-respect. So let us pose a question to ponder. What strength can you find in stillness, in the quiet affirmation of your worth? As we absorb this lesson, let's anchor ourselves in the Stoic practice of focusing on what is within our power, our reactions, our dignity, and our self-worth. It's about finding that serene center within ourselves, not in the erratic tides of others' opinions or affections. By embracing this Stoic principle, we not only fortify our own sense of self, but also begin to attract those who are drawn to our authenticity and strength. It sends out a silent, yet powerful message. I value myself deeply, and I understand my worth. This isn't just a lesson, it's a transformation that empowers us, freeing us from the chains of dependency and allowing us to walk the path of life with confidence and grace. So, the journey of self-discovery and self-respect is not a solitary one, but a shared human experience, illuminated by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. It teaches us that by never chasing and always valuing, we don't just find peace, we become a beacon of strength, attracting the kind of love and respect that mirrors our own. This is the true worth of a Stoic heart, one that understands the profound power of self-value and the peace that comes with it. Let this be the lesson we carry forward, a testament to the enduring wisdom of Stoicism in our lives. Lesson 6: Actions speak louder than words. Next, we've embarked on a journey to uncover the essence of practical wisdom, a journey that challenges us to evaluate others not merely by the elegance of their words, but by the integrity of their actions. This philosophy becomes particularly poignant in the domain of personal relationships, where all too often, words are lavished without the backing of action. Stoics, with their insightful gaze, urge us to pierce through the veneer of charm and assess the true substance of an individual through their deeds. Consider the common scenario where someone paints a picture of the future, with words so perfect, promises so grand, that it's nearly impossible not to be swept away. Yet as time unfurls its reality, we're left pondering whether their actions ever truly aligned with their eloquent speeches. This discrepancy between words and actions isn't just a minor hiccup, it's a glaring beacon signaling a mismatch between proclaimed intentions and tangible efforts. It's a situation we've all found ourselves in at one point or another, enchanted by someone's promises only to find them unfulfilled, leaving us clinging to the echo of words rather than the solidity of actions. Herein lies the power of the Stoic perspective. It empowers us to detach from the emotional whirlwind and evaluate the reality of our relationships with a clear, logical mindset. When actions fail to mirror words, it's not just a red flag. It's a clarion call from the universe urging us to open our eyes to the truth that perhaps all is not as it seems. Embracing this Stoic wisdom transforms our approach to relationships. No longer are we mere spectators to the drama of words. We become astute observers of behavior, valuing the silent language of action over the hollow echo of promises. We start to notice the nuances, how someone acts under pressure, whether they honor their commitments, how present they are in our lives not just verbally but through meaningful gestures. By prioritizing actions over words, we inadvertently set a new standard in our relationships. It's as if we're saying, "Your words may draw me in, but your actions are what will hold me." This realization dawns upon those around us too, compelling them to understand that their worth in our lives is measured not by the eloquence of their promises, but by the steadfastness of their actions. It's a profound shift that underscores the fact that genuine connection and trust are cultivated through deeds, not declarations. This Stoic approach to relationships isn't about cynicism or doubting every word spoken. It's about arming ourselves with wisdom, about protecting our emotional well-being with a shield of rationality and insight. It encourages us not to be swayed by the tempest of emotions, but to anchor ourselves in the bedrock of reality, where actions speak louder than words. The Stoic lesson is clear. It is through the silent language of actions that we truly reveal our worth to those we love. It's a principle that challenges us to ask ourselves and those around us, do our actions reflect the depth of our words, the truth of our promises? As we ponder this question, let us strive to embody the Stoic ideal in our relationships where actions not only speak louder than words but carry the weight of our true intentions and the essence of our character. So, I leave you with this thought. In the grand tapestry of your relationships, how will you let your actions speak of your worth? How will you ensure that the love and respect you profess are mirrored in the deeds that define your daily life? Remember, in the silent acts of kindness, in the steadfastness of support during trials, and in the consistency of our presence, we find the true measure of love and worth. Let us then not just be speakers of beautiful words, but doers of meaningful actions, for it is through such deeds that the strength of our character and the depth of our relationships are truly revealed. Lesson 7. Cultivating healthy skepticism. In the life, the intertwining of reality and philosophy forms the bedrock of a life well lived, particularly in the intricate dance of love and relationships. Imagine navigating the turbulent waters of affection and companionship, armed not with blind faith but with a grounded sense of reality. This is the essence of what it means to cultivate a healthy skepticism, a concept that Stoics held in high regard, not as a shield against vulnerability but as a compass, guiding one towards truth and authenticity and connection. Stoicism teaches us to approach situations, especially in matters of the heart, with our eyes wide open, seeing things as they truly are, devoid of the rose-colored glasses we often find ourselves donning. It's a story as old as time. The words of affection and promises of a future together can easily sweep us off our feet. Yet Stoicism invites us to pause, to tread lightly on the path of romance, urging us to question and observe, not out of distrust, but from a place of wisdom and discernment. It's about embracing a mindset where skepticism serves not as a barrier, but as a bridge towards deeper understanding and connection. This is not about casting a shadow of doubt over every word or gesture, but about aligning our emotions with the clarity of thought, about finding the delicate balance where heart and mind walk hand in hand. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, eloquently remarked, "Time discovers truth." This serves as a gentle yet powerful reminder to allow time to unveil the true essence of our connections. In the throes of new relationships, where words flow freely and emotions run high, Stoicism teaches us the art of patience, of waiting to see if actions and words harmonize, of observing the unfolding of true character over time. This approach to skepticism is not about distancing ourselves, but about drawing closer to the reality of who someone is, beyond the initial allure and charm. Moreover, Stoicism advocates for the protection of one's emotional well-being through this measured skepticism. It's an acknowledgement that while our hearts may be open, they should not be left unguarded. By tempering our emotions with a dose of rational skepticism, we allow ourselves the space to discern, to see beyond the surface, and to connect with others in a manner that is both genuine and profound. So, dear listeners, I pose to you this question. In your journey of love and connection, how might adopting a hint of Stoic skepticism illuminate your path? How can we integrate this wisdom into our relationships, ensuring that we remain both open-hearted and discerning? Let us ponder this together, for in the dance of connection, it is the balance of heart and mind that leads us to true intimacy and understanding. As we navigate the ebb and flow of relationships, let us remember the power of healthy skepticism. It's a tool, a philosophical compass, guiding us towards authentic connections. It's about engaging with others from a place of thoughtful consideration, where logic and emotion coalesce, creating a foundation for relationships that are not only emotionally fulfilling, but intellectually sound. In embracing this Stoic wisdom, we find ourselves not isolated by skepticism, but empowered by it, capable of forging connections that are deeply rooted in truth, authenticity, and genuine understanding. This, dear friends, is the silent strength of Stoicism in love, a quiet yet profound action that shows not only our worth but the depth of our commitment to living a life of thoughtful, Intentional connection. Lesson 8. The art of nonverbal communication. In the world of endless noise and rapid connections, the art of nonverbal communication stands as a beacon, reminding us of the depth and value hidden in silence and restraint. It might seem a tad quaint or stringent at first glance, but I urge you to lean in and listen closely. This isn't about building walls or being inaccessible. Rather, it's about cultivating a profound sense of self-respect and recognizing your inherent worth. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes resilience, self-control, and inner peace, offers a refreshing perspective on this matter. It teaches us the importance of understanding what truly matters in life and the value of not relinquishing our time, space, or emotions too hastily in a world addicted to instant gratification. Imagine for a moment the early stages of a relationship or the initial phase of getting to know someone. There's often an overwhelming urge to share everything: our time, our thoughts, our deepest vulnerabilities. Yet, the Stoic wisdom suggests a gentle pause. Why? The answer lies in the nature of human desire. When something or someone is perpetually available, its perceived value diminishes. If you're always on call, ready to say yes at a moment's notice, you might inadvertently rob the relationship of its thrill, its mystery, its anticipation. Let's delve into the Stoic approach to setting boundaries with grace. It begins with how you present yourself to the world. Dressing with style yet modesty isn't merely about aesthetics. It's a powerful form of nonverbal communication. It says, "I hold myself in high regard." This isn't about hiding, but rather about striking a balance that whispers, "There's much more to me than meets the eye." Another vital aspect is how you manage your time and attention. Choosing to be selective about who gets your time in today's always-on world is a profound act of self-respect. It's not playing hard to get, it's declaring, "My time is valuable, and I spend it with intention." Being fully present with someone signals respect and interest, but maintaining your own space and pursuits when apart is equally important for personal growth. Emotional self-mastery, a core tenet of Stoicism, doesn't mean becoming aloof or indifferent. Rather, it's about achieving an emotional equilibrium, maintaining your composure and not letting the minor setbacks of life disturb your inner peace. Your emotional energy is precious. It should be shared thoughtfully, reserved for those who truly appreciate and reciprocate your vulnerability. Contrary to the misconception of Stoicism as emotionless, the philosophy actually advocates for building deep, meaningful connections. It champions the idea of relationships evolving slowly, based on mutual respect and understanding, rather than instant emotional overtures. It teaches us that genuine connections, the ones that stand the test of time, are built on a foundation of mutual respect and shared values, not on the fleeting sands of immediate availability. Setting boundaries, according to Stoicism, is not about manipulation or emotional detachment. It's a declaration of self-worth and a testament to staying true to your values. It's about showing, not merely telling, that you value yourself and expect to be treated with dignity and respect. Incorporating a Stoic mindset into our interpersonal relationships invites us to embrace a sense of selectiveness and composure. It encourages us to find the right balance between openness and discretion, between generously sharing ourselves and maintaining our personal sanctuaries. And let me tell you, this balance significantly impacts how others perceive and treat us. Here's to valuing ourselves more deeply and integrating a dash of Stoicism into our modern lives. Lesson 9. Present yourself with dignity. In a world that often confuses Stoicism with a lack of emotion, it's crucial to remember that Stoicism, at its core, is about discerning where to best channel our energies. It's a reminder that the manner in which we present ourselves, our dignity, is indeed worthy of our attention and effort. Stoicism teaches us not to stifle our emotions but to understand what truly merits our concern and energy. Therefore, when we talk about presenting oneself with dignity, especially within the realm of relationships, It's not about external validations through attire or frequented places of trend. Rather, it's about the essence of being true to oneself, about the authenticity in our actions and decisions. Consider for a moment the vivid imagery of two individuals presenting in front of a class. One indulges in flamboyance, utilizing grandiloquent language and exaggerated gestures, while the other stands composed, their confidence radiating without resort to ostentation. Intuitively, we find ourselves gravitating towards the individual who embodies authenticity, someone comfortable in their own skin. This scenario elegantly underscores the value of dignity in presentation, a principle deeply rooted in Stoicism, which advocates for virtue, self-control, and living in truth and respect towards oneself. In the tapestry of modern dating and relationships, this Stoic wisdom translates seamlessly. Be unequivocally you. Whether your passions lie in the pages of books or the thrill of adventure, embracing these elements without pretense is the key. It's not about molding oneself into a perceived ideal, but about the confidence and ease in one's own identity, recognizing one's intrinsic value. Moreover, how we treat ourselves sets the standard for how we are treated by others. Self-respect is foundational. If we engage in self-criticism, we inadvertently lower the bar for how others interact with us. Conversely, when we hold our time, energy, and emotions in high regard, we assert our worth and demand respect in kind. Epictetus, the sage Stoic philosopher, once articulated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This insight is particularly poignant in the context of relationships. It's a reminder that beyond the superficial, our looks, our words, it's our responses, our comportment across varied scenarios that reveal our true essence. Do we respond with desperation or with dignity? Are we compromising our principles to assimilate? Or are we steadfast in our authenticity, even at the cost of solitude? Imperfection is human. We all navigate through moments of vulnerability and missteps. Yet it's how we confront these challenges that defines us. Do we succumb to pressure, or do we stand resilient, learning and advancing? Reflecting on how we can enhance the dignity with which we regard ourselves, it may entail establishing firmer boundaries, rejecting that which contradicts our values, or fostering greater self-compassion and respect. Acknowledging our own worthiness of respect inevitably leads others to recognize and mirror that respect. Incorporating the wisdom of Stoicism into modern life, especially in how we relate to others and ourselves, offers a profound blueprint for living with dignity. It encourages us to remain true to our essence, to respect ourselves, and to navigate relationships with grace and authenticity. As we endeavor to embody these principles, we not only honor the legacy of Stoic philosophy, but also enrich our lives and the lives of those around us with deeper meaning and integrity. As we bring today's exploration to a close, I invite you to pause and reflect on a vital insight. Your sense of self-worth is the luminous thread weaving through the tapestry of existence. In alignment with Stoic wisdom, the power to shape your response to life's unfolding narrative rests within you. Remember, you are the guardian of your dignity and self-respect. Nurture your inner fortitude. Allow your actions, choices, and boundaries to mirror the remarkable individual you are. Should moments of doubt arise, revisit this dialogue and the Stoic teachings we've shared. Life is not merely to be endured, but embraced as a path to growth, strength, and enlightenment. If our conversation today resonated with you, I encourage you to delve deeper. On the screen, you'll find our curated playlist brimming with more insights, narratives, and practical advice aimed at guiding you toward a life of greater wisdom and assurance. Don't hesitate, click on it, and let's continue our collective journey toward understanding and resilience. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Remember, you're not treading this path in solitude. We are all learning and progressing together, one step, one day at a time. Until we meet again, take care, stay enlightened, and perpetually foster your Stoic essence. And before you go, if you found value in our discussion, please like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to ensure you never miss out on our upcoming videos. Your support helps us grow and continue providing content that enriches our lives.